I'm so sorry. I was putting in my contacts. I'm not crying, by the way. That's like literally just contact juice. But I mean, when I put in my contacts at first, this one, oops, I did not mean to flip you off. This one was ripped and it hurt really bad. So that was the chaos that happened literally right before I got here. But anyways, I'm here now. And I wanted to talk about Euphoria because I don't have many friends who like watch Euphoria. Like actually, like in real life, I have no friends who watch Euphoria and like want to talk about it. And like as someone who's rewatched and rewatched and rewatched Euphoria, I have so many opinions. Oh, I love you too, Molly. That I just like I want to talk about, and I want other people to talk with me about Euphoria, but I don't want to annoy people, essentially. That is the underlying feature. So I figured if I went on a live to talk about Euphoria with people, then only people who would want to talk about Euphoria would join the live. Hopefully. I do see your comment, Adam. 111. Speaking of 111, oh my god, we're at 111,000 subscribers. That's an angel number. Anyways. So first, I want to talk about my introduction to Euphoria because I feel like it's a little different. I had heard of it, never watched it, and then like it started trending, so I kind of like heard about the Cassie, Maddie, Nate drama. I am still on TikTok. And that was like the first things I really heard about it, but then someone was like, I would just like talk to my online friends, and then my online friends would be like, Monique, your life sounds like Euphoria. So then I was like, okay, hold on, I gotta watch this. So I watch it, and the main character, oh my god, Rue, I love her so fucking much. I have never seen bipolar like represented so well. Like Shameless did a really good job of it too, but I'm gonna have to give it to Euphoria for that because Chef's Kiss, it's so real. I like sent her in her like little manic episode during season 1 to like one of my friends who has never seen Euphoria, and my friend was literally like, Coco, and they were like, bro, did they just like record your life and like make it into, I was in a Maddie Cassie situation because my best friend did the same thing Cassie did, so I relate to it so much. Oh my gosh. And even that, like, there are a lot of people who like defend Cassie for what she did, which I can definitely explain what she did, but my explanation is not me excusing it because Cassie is a very complex character, and honestly I think all the Euphoria characters are very complex characters, and that's a part of the reason I like the show so much, is that they all have multiple sides to them, and that's not something that like I feel like a lot of television has. I don't know. And it just also felt very realistic. Like the writing doesn't seem like too forced, you know? Of like being in our generation. But with that being said, I think I hated Cassie and Maddie thing because I knew my ex-bestie was watching it too, and it had a kind of similar situation. But I didn't ever be a... Bro, it's just like so messed up. And like Cassie, honestly, she does have like a lot of shit going on with her. And like honestly, even like the whole thing, because a lot of people were very upset, and I can see why they were upset over this, but I do want to kind of defend the show for this one. and they were like, oh, Cassie's abortion, it just like kind of got skipped over and never really talked about. But Cassie never really told anyone but her mom. And like, what parent is really just gonna bring up their child's abortion again and again and again? Like, I don't know if that's what like you guys wanted. You guys wanted Suze to be like it straight up sexualizes minors. Honestly, yeah, that is one thing that I think is kind of weird. I always imagine that all of the characters are adults and they're like in a college because it makes so much more sense to my brain to understand everything that's happening if they're all like in college. Even though I know that they're not, I don't like remembering that they are supposed to be children because that makes no fucking sense for half of the shit that all of the characters are going through. Like, tell me why Cassie was trying to have a baby for a second there when she's literally in high school. Yeah, they're all in 18 plus in my head. Especially like me as someone who like heavily related to Rue. I only related to her, like I could not have related to her when I was younger, I feel like, in some aspects that I can now that I'm older. But even like though like we had like our dad die at the same age, both from cancer, and like we both have bipolar, there's just like so many other things that come with the characters. Yeah, no, like they're definitely not 15, 16, 17. I feel like they're like 18, 19, 20, which is kind of why I'm so happy that the show is doing a time skip. Everyone's like, oh, the time skip is gonna be so bad, and maybe it'll fuck some things up with like the plot, but I'm just gonna be happy that I don't have to imagine anymore, if that makes sense. But like honestly, that's another thing, like just with the acting industry in total, that's why they always hire adults to play teenagers, is so they can sexualize the adults on camera, because they can't actually sexualize teenagers on camera. Which, once again, why wouldn't you just put it into a college setting, especially for like a show like Euphoria? Like I don't understand why it's set in high school. I feel like the entire show would have made more sense if it was just like set in college from the start, but you know, I just learned their age. I mean, like, at least I think some of them are 18. I feel like Nate is 18. I don't know. But it's all. I am currently on a shifting break. That's exactly what I think. Can't watch teens be sexual. That's why I couldn't continue Shameless. Fezco was literally the best character to be H. Yeah, Fezco was so cool. I would hang out with Fezco. He seems nice. Yeah, I've been doing a lot to like focus on my mental health here, and then like I also just got like a new job in this reality, so I've been focusing a lot on that. And also my eating disorder, like this is the best I've been eating like literally my entire adulthood. um like this is the most progress I've made ever, to the point like I haven't like ever ate 3 meals as an adult up until like this last week, and I'm almost 21, so that's kind of a long time. But I'm just like really proud of myself for like all the improvement that I've been making, like with myself, because I think it's good, not just for me but for like everyone around me as well. Because I don't know, I went through like a lot of stuff in late 2021 and early 2022, which like I know I've talked about before, some of it, but like even just like that one little video, long video I made about like what happened to me in December, like that's like only a piece of it. That's like the tip of the iceberg of stuff that happened to me. And that already in itself, like when I tell people that story, they're like, so I feel like I kind of deserve to be cut some slack. 'Cause sometimes, great to see you too. 'Cause sometimes I'm like really hard on myself. Most times I'm really hard on myself. What the fuck? I had this mascara that I was gonna use and I lost it. It was right in front of me earlier. How did this happen to me? How do I always do this? I like literally always lose things right in front of me and then I can't find them. Even though they're literally in my face. I just can't see it for whatever the reason is. Well. Okay. I'm feeling a pink look today. No offense, but I refuse to watch that show. It's fine. That's why, you see, this is why I had to come on here and do a live and talk about Euphoria on a live stream, because I don't want to annoy people by talking about it all the time. And I just love to talk about it because I've analyzed so much shit in that show. But like I said, I do also try to envision that they're adults, because that every time I'm reminded, it's like weird. I remember like once I told my boyfriend, I was like, yeah, they're like 17, but I just imagine they're adults. And he was like, what? Why the fuck are they 17? He was like, wasn't Cassie trying to have that baby with McKay? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, and she's a child herself? Like, he was so shocked. He was like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't understand it either, but apparently they're children. I know I want to do like pink, but I don't know what shades of pink. Decisions. They're so hard to make. Fuck. Just kidding. I would never say a bad word, but I'm such an indecisive person. Yeah, it definitely is super fucking weird, but that is, like I said, why I'm glad they're doing that time skip. Like, the time skip is gonna be chef's kiss. I also really just love the way that Euphoria just, like, portrays, like, mental illness, though. Because, like, I don't know. Like, seeing Rue struggle, like, with her bipolar, it was very relatable for me, and it's so hard to, like, find that good representation of bipolar on, like, television. Which, like I said, Shameless did a pretty good job of it, too, but the only thing that I would say that Shameless really fucked up on is that, like, Ian would do something or say something or something would happen and then someone else would be like, oh, don't worry, he's bipolar, and everyone would just suddenly understand. I never got that. Like, it's definitely not like that for me. Like, if I did something and then someone was like, oh, she's bipolar, they would be like, that's no excuse for it, what the fuck are you talking about? But in Shameless, it was just like, oh, he's bipolar, that explains everything. And that was like the only, like, unrealistic part to me, because the world is not that understanding of bipolar. I hate to break it to you guys, Shameless writers. You made a good show, but the world would not be that kind to us. I also liked the LGBT representation in Shameless, in Euphoria, because once again, I feel like that's not something that's very well portrayed on media, but I think Euphoria did a tasteful job of it.